Hello, welcome back to my channel. I'm Brad, as you probably already know by now. And I just want to start off by saying thank you so much for all the support you've been showing me over the past few weeks of making these. I'm loving making the videos for you, and I can't quite put into words what your support means to me. So thank you so much. Last week's video in particular gave me over 600 new subscribers and got me thousands of more viewers. Turns out people like to see me crying. Anyway, that's down to you guys. So thank you so much again for that. This week's video, I wanted to give you a tour of my favourite room in the house, which is my sewing studio, which I'm so excited about. And for those of you that don't know, it's chicken mating season, which brings a whole range of different problems. And the cockles have took a liking to one girl in particular, Beatrice. So I need to make some chicken dresses for her to save her feathers. Now, when I first pictured this room, I wanted it to feel like a shop that you would walk into. So I hope I've achieved that. This is my design board, and this has got my fabric on for the latest quilt that I've designed on it. Now, my favourite piece in the room is this chest of drawers. I picked this up from a flea market, and this holds all my favourite fabric. And for you crafters out there, you know that fabric and yarn becomes a complete obsession, and it's overtaken my life. So my favourite drawer is my Liberty drawer. This has all my Liberty fabric in it. And Liberty tends to be really expensive, to be honest, which is completely out of my price range. So a lot of this is found from flea markets or rag markets or charity shops. And a lot of it is old sheets or curtains that I've just cut down and repurposed. Then my second favourite drawer is my William Morris drawer. And again, this tends to be really expensive fabric, so I have purchased some of this, but a lot of it again is from flea markets, rag markets, or old sheets or curtains. So this was from a charity shop, and this was from a charity shop, and this is an old sheet that I purchased for £5, and I've reused to make a bag, and I've got spare fabric there. This drawer holds all my K-Facet fabric, K-Facet and Brandon Mabley, and this is all fabrics that I've chosen for a quilt that I've designed, which I'll be making in the next few weeks. And then this is fabric that I've used for a quilt that I'm in the process of finishing, but I'll show you that in a bit. This is a William Morris lampshade which I made. I made this back last August when I first got into crafting. And then obviously they're peacock feathers, but the special thing about these are our own peacock feathers, Lucky's feathers. For those of you that don't know, they molt every year, and then each year their mane gets longer and longer until they're around 3 or 4, and that's a full mane then. So I use these for display, as you can see, or I use them for gift wrap decoration. This is my spinning wheel. At the moment it's just for show, but I do plan on mastering the art of it, which I've failed to do so far. Our alpacas get sheared once a year, normally in May time, and the plan is to turn their wool into yarn. And this basket holds my items that I've finished or in the process of finishing. So I've got a crochet blanket which I've finished. I did make a king size version of this for my partner Tom, but this is the squares I had left over. And then a quilt here which I've nearly finished, just need to do the binding on it, and then a quilt top which I need to get around to quilting. But I'll show you them on the screen now. Again, my obsession continues, William Morris fabric, and this is all English paper piecing. So you get small templates and then hand sew them together to create bigger pieces. And this will become a lap quilt. And then another wool stash down there. It really does become an obsession. And for those of you that's watched my previous videos, you'll know that I want to make an adaptive clothing brand, and this is what I plan on calling it. Love You More by Brad. It might seem stupid, but we've all got to have dreams in life, haven't we? And I plan on making this one come true. It's a bear that I made. And then a picture there, which is needle felting. And the whites of the sheep is made from our own alpaca wool, which I felted down and used it in the picture. And again, the obsession continues. William Morris curtains, which I made myself. I hope you've enjoyed that little tour of my sewing studio. I completely understand that if you're not interested in craft, it must be the most dull thing that you wish to watch. But it's a massive part of my life now, and I'm so passionate about it. As I mentioned earlier, I still need to make some chicken dresses, but it's getting quite late in the day now, so I'm going to call it a day for now and make a start on them tomorrow. But that'll be a split second for you. See you in a sec. Right, I'm back to make the chicken dress. I've never made one before, but I know roughly the kind of shape and stuff it needs to be. I've bought them before off Amazon and stuff, but they're just not very good. So I thought I might as well give it a try myself, haven't I? I've chose the fabric, and you've guessed it, William Morris. So I had some scraps left from my curtains, so I may as well make the most of them. And she's a classy bird, so she deserves nothing but the best. So the plan is double that over, and that'll be the outer and the inner. I've roughly drew a template and cut that out, and that's the kind of shape I want it to be. So I just need to cut the two lots of fabric out now, and then we should, he says, be good to go. So let's see. Right, so I folded my fabric, and then I've got a piece of cotton batting which I've cut underneath there as well, and that'll go inside to make it more durable. And it's cotton, so it's breathable as well. So I'm going to shove my template over the pattern. So the pattern's the main focus point of the dress. Pin that down. Now I'm really bad at pinning, so don't judge. 1, 2, and that should be okay. Then I'm going to use my rotary cutter to cut it out. I find scissors really difficult. My hands don't seem to like them very much, so I tend to use this for ease. So I'll cut that out now. Get rid of that. And then we'll cut that out. I won't be on the sewing bee anytime soon, will I? Practice makes perfect. Right, so I've got all my pieces cut out. All I need to do now is sew them right sides together. So all the way around the edge, leave an inch or so gap, and then turn them right sides out. I've got my elastic, and what I've done, I've made some little padding so it doesn't rub under her arms. And then obviously this is the lining in between. And I can't quite work out where it needs to go, so it's not on the outside when I turn it the right side out. I think it's that way. We're just gonna go with that. I think it's that way. Then I'm gonna get my elastic, put that there, and then we're gonna clip them on. Make sure that's the right way. I think that's right, he says. Okay. That's that, that's that. Okay. We'll put that on there, right sides together. Pin up that. And we're going to sew around the outside now with that 1/4 inch seam. So that's my little dress finished. I've hand sewn up the side seam where I left it open to turn it right sides out. It's not perfect, but it's as good as damn it. And all that's left to do now is go and try it on. They're happy, I'm happy. See you soon.